some attacks from Spider Guard. I know he's been showing a lot of passing from there, so I'm gonna let him keep doing that rather than doubling up on that stuff. And I'm just gonna work on a couple different things. We're only gonna do one today, but I'm gonna show like an adjustment that I make. It's Cam's favorite. But we'll do it from the basic position where we're squared up. I've got a foot and a bicep, and we're gonna do it where he's gonna stop like my standard or basic sweep to the side, right? Depending on which foot he uses, there's different ways that we can play it. All right, we're just gonna do a triangle setup today, and then we'll add a little something toward the end there too. Marvin and Hums, I'm gonna have you guys do something a little different. We'll start with just a sweep probably. Okay. All right, so when we're in here, right, he could be, well, in. This is a good point. So if I got my double bicep control here, right, either this or that, right, he's gonna pick, right? So if he has both up, it's gonna change what I'm doing a little bit. So that could mean either me, as he gets both up, right? That could be me being in here and stepping over, right? Or, right, stepping to the outside. There's different things that we can do. We're gonna start, he's gonna pick one knee. So if I get in, so say I'm playing here, he's gonna pick that knee up, right? This is a very common position for a lot of people to be in. He starts to get control of my leg, right? So I have to start to adjust, right? But what I can do, he's stopping this sweep, right? So even if I'm swinging, right, that leg is stopping it, okay? So when I'm in this position, I can start to move this out, circle my foot inside. Okay, so now I'm inside his ankle, all right? So what I want to do here is I'm going to push him away as I lift his ankle. The goal is to basically force his base to adjust and drop his level, and I'm going to attack this triangle. So notice how I have my foot hooked here and my knee wide, okay? It's going to create a lever to lift his ankle here, okay? Pull him down, cut my angle, finish your choke, okay? So I'm gonna push away as I'm picking up his ankle. When I let the ankle slip, the knee drops to the floor. Drops his level, I shoot my hips up. My hips always meet his chest, okay? So that's why when we're hipping up, right, here, we're always getting on our shoulders, shoot the hips up. So when that ankle starts to drop, shoot the hips, hit the triangle, right? My foot's gonna come off of his bicep, and I shoot my hips up, okay? So if I'm here, right, or even on his hip, he steps up here, right? So I don't have that basic sweep there. So I start to move, circle, right? Now I extend here, okay? Oh, okay. What he did there, we'll talk a little bit about that at the end, where he kind of tried to pick his head up. We'll talk about that at the end because you do that a lot, right? It's a natural reaction, so we'll talk about that in the back half of class. A lot of times with this, he's gonna fall chest first. We should be able to finish that, okay? Because they're in a horrible position to start. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand what we're doing? Two opposite movements, right? Straightening my leg out to one side. So I'm going out to almost toward my right hip a little bit. And then my left ankle is gonna be picking him up at the same time. Then my hips shoot up for the triangle. All right? All right, last part. It's not as much a different technique as much as it is an adjustment, okay? So, obviously you all went through this, and what we're trying to create is a scenario where their chest drops down on my stomach, or towards my stomach as I bring my hips to their chest, right? So their posture's coming down when that knee drops to the floor, right? So a couple different ways people are gonna deal with it. They're either gonna try to just crush it down on you, or when they know that they're in that triangle, what's the first thing they try to do? Get their head up, right? So many people do that, right? So what happens when we shoot that triangle, that arm's extended from that position, and then what happens is you come up, there's an opportunity there to catch kind of like a flash arm bar. So I'm gonna shoot the triangle in the same way, but I'm gonna immediately transfer to that arm. That's what I do to you all the time, right? Because your first instinct is to get that head out of there, right? So, I'm trying not to crack it in the face. All right, so, right, so here, right, he picks that foot up, right, so we can break, circle, right, we're in there. So his arm's on the inside, I'm gonna extend out, go for that same triangle setup, but in theory, I should have this arm extended. I can go for the arm bar from here. So I come out here, boom, right away. Right when that arm's out, okay? When I get out here, I extend, and as soon as I shoot that triangle, as soon as I cross my ankles like I'm setting that up, I'm gonna go for the arm bar. Here, boom, here. So I'll be right here, here. I go right to the wrist. I'm not gonna be as nice, because if I miss this, like he's gonna stack me, right? So I'm not gonna be super slow about how I do it. I'm not trying to break their arm, but I am gonna hip into that and get to that wrist and thumb grip right away, okay? It's not something I'm gonna do super slow because I'm on the bottom, okay? I'm not snapping the elbow, right? But I'm gonna make sure that I get on that extension right away. Because it's kind of one of those things that he needs a panic tap. Does that make sense?